Welcome to the Advanced Dual Health and Life Coach certification. Today we're going to be discussing mind optimization coaching modules more effectively about the advanced stress resilience and mental stamina. Let's get started with an introduction. Stress resilience and mental stamina represent the foundation of success in an increasingly demanding world. For life and health coaches, these concepts go beyond just helping clients cope with stress, but they involve empowering individuals to build a stronger mental core designed to adapt to adversity, recover from fatigue, and maintain peak performance under sustained pressure. Stress resilience is the ability to bounce back from taxing experience and adapt to challenges. Meanwhile, mental stamina refers to sustaining the cognitive and emotional endurance during prolonged periods of effort. Together, they promote a state of flow where the individuals can remain productive while effectively handling challenges without succumbing to cognitive burnout. Key points: the psychology of stress and fatigue, understanding stress resilience. Stress affects everyone differently. Factors such as personality, genetics, and life experiences shapes one's ability to cope. Building resilience starts with identifying what stress resilience truly means for an individual. Acute versus chronic stress. Acute is short-lived, enhancing performance in small doses. Chronic, on the other hand, gradually depletes mental resources, leading to burnout. The stress adaptation cycle. Resilience thrives when the individuals are exposed to stress incrementally and recovery periods are followed, allowing adaptation to strengthen their response. Cognitive fatigue and its impact. Cognitive fatigue isn't just feeling tired, it includes impaired memory, diminished focus, emotional instability, and decision making errors. These effects stem from neurochemical depletion. Reduced levels of neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin impair the focus and regulate stress poorly. Reduced prefrontal cortex activity. Chronic stress can weaken the brain's region responsible for planning and impulse control. Example: coaches working with corporate professionals need to recognize cognitive fatigue when the clients lose precision in work tasks after prolonged desk hours or show irritability during otherwise neutral interactions. 2. Advanced tools for building mental resilience. A. Stress inoculation training. Stress inoculation is a mental equivalent of vaccinations. By gradually exposing the clients to controlled stressors, it strengthens their capacity to tolerate and adapt to higher levels of stress. Step 1 is to identify the stressors, example some daily anxiety triggers and social situations. Step number 2 is to teach coping skills, example targeted breathing exercises. And step 3 is control exposure, example introducing real life stressors after the clients develop some coaching and coping strategies. Outcome is reduced emotional reactivity, enabling the clients to approach stress with more clarity. B. Progressive overload for mental tasks. This principle applies to physical exercise, but it's equally relevant for cognitive endurance. The idea is to build incrementally the mental workload and strength of the client. Method is to begin with tasks requiring low mental effort, then increasing the complexity over time. Take a moment to have a look at this diagram over here, which looks at the different types of resilience and how to build it. Example domains could be memory improvement. Examples start with memorizing 5 items and gradually increase to 10, 15, and so on. Second is focus duration. You can start with 10 minutes and gradually increase in 5-minute blocks with time. Third is some stressful problem solving. You can start with some low-stake challenges and progress to solving real-world conflicts. Outcome: just like training a muscle, the brain adapts by increasing the neural efficiency and mental stamina. C. Neurochemical recovery techniques. Mental resilience is tied to balanced brain chemistry. Coaches can help the clients restore and sustain healthy neurotransmitter levels through targeted interventions. Tools for recovery: dietary support. Foods rich in tyrosine, like eggs and beans, support motivation and mental energy. Active relaxation. Yoga and meditation reduces cortisol, amplifying serotonin levels and calming overwhelmed minds. Micro recovery protocols. Short mindfulness sessions interspersed in mentally intense workdays prevent neurotransmitter depletion. Supplementation. Prescribed adaptogens, B vitamins, and magnesium regulate cortisol. D. Emotional regulation techniques. Stress resilience is incomplete without emotional self-regulation. Techniques that improve stability ensure that the individuals remain grounded under stress. Examples: practicing gratitude journaling to shift the focus from negative to positive experiences. Using cognitive reframing where the situations are interpreted more compassionately. 3. Practical applications for client resilience programs. Each client has different threshold stressors and resilience building needs. Customization is key. Step-by-step implementation. Access and assess the individual stress profiles. conduct surveys or interviews to classify cognitive stressors and psychological and physiological stressors. Tools like the heart rate variability monitors can measure stress responses. Craft incremental stress exposure plans. Start with mind exposures such as SIT for upcoming client presentation. Gradually escalate the challenge to more complex tasks such as managing interdepartmental disputes. Combining techniques for holistic impact. Pair the stress inoculation training with a micro recovery protocol. Include some gratitude journaling as part of the progressive overload task to maintain emotional balance. Reinforce resilience through practice. Train the clients to rehearse mental or emotional skills until they become instinctive responses during high stress events. Example, encourage breathing exercises where the cognitive overwhelm strikes. Coaching applications for unique contexts. High pressure professionals use progressive overload to increase the time spent focused on the heavy activities and include dietary neurochemical recovery strategies like dark chocolate. Burnout clients focus on rebuilding the neurotransmitters through active relaxation and meditation. Young adults with emotional stress could use some gratitude journaling with memory building tasks. Use short cognitive challenges and rapid recovery exercises. 4. Ethical and sustainable resilience coaching. While helping the clients push through the stress, their well being remains primarily objective. Coaches must be avoiding overloading clients, so tailor the stress levels to growth capacity. Monitor for red flags. Prolonged emotional reactivity or stubborn exhaustion signals need a slow progress. Educate the clients on safe boundaries. Stress resilience must complement, not replace, healthy work-life balance. Best judge of the chorus. Advanced stress resilient coaching and mental stamina is an art of balance and customization. When the resilience interventions offer tremendous potential, their success hinges on precise application and open communication with the client. Advanced approaches lean only not on strategies like stress inoculation or cognitive overload, but aligns every technique with context-specific challenges and recovery needs. Guiding principles for the coach. Start with the client's capacity. Begin at the client's current comfort zone, and suddenly introducing any high-stress events can overwhelm and discourage progress. Build the capacity over time through calibrated stressors. Pair the stress exposure with recovery. Sustained mental stamina requires a yin-yang principle. Stress exposure promotes growth, but rest repairs the resilience. Use neurochemical recovery methods alongside exposure to ensure sustained improvement. Monitor for overload signals. Overworking the mind can backfire, leading to cognitive fatigue or emotional instability. Incorporate the client's feedback, performance drops, and some mood shifts to adjust the progress intensity. Measure real-life applications. Theories are irrelevant without practice, so coaches must be evaluating the tangible benefits of interventions in a client's workspace, home life, or other co-stress zones. Examples: are they responding to pressure more thoughtfully? Has their focus duration improved? Etc. Educate and motivate with purpose. Clients thrive when they understand why the strategies matter. So train the clients to perceive resilience building as an empowering thing. Over time, they'll see mental endurance as a competitive edge rather than a survival mechanism. Closing thoughts. Advanced stress resilience and mental stamina are the cornerstones of thriving professionals, academics, and athletes alike. Your role as a coach is to guide the clients in mastering the mental limits while offering safe recovery frameworks that forge long-term strength. By leveraging tools like stress inoculation, progressive overload, and neurochemical balancing, coaches provide clients with cutting-edge strategies to enhance their resilience against life's challenges. Whether it's taming anxiety in high-stake environments, maintaining focus during cognitive fatigue, or solving problems which are complex calmly, this expertise transforms pressures into power. Ultimately, coaching isn't just about survival, it's about empowering individuals to achieve more faster, adapt faster, and live healthily. Let's have a look at some summary tables. Table number 1 looks at the stress types and their impact on cognitive performance. Let's have a look at acute stress as an example. It is characterized by short term and it's triggered by immediate challenges. Impact on cognition is that it enhances focus and quick decision making. Main symptoms are rapid heartbeat and heightened focus, and suitability for the resilience building is highly suitable when managed appropriately. Table number 2 looks at advanced tools for mental resilience. Let's have a look at progressive overload as one of the tools. The purpose is to strengthen the mental capacity over time. How it works is that it incrementally increases the cognitive task complexity. Examples are gradual focus exercises and memory training. Client suitability is a clients aiming for long-term mental stamina would be suitable. Table number 3 looks at the stress adaptation strategies. Let's have a look at graded controlled exposure as one of the strategy. Action plan are incremental doses of stressful stimuli. Benefits of mental stamina is that it builds the stress reaction tolerance over time. Challenges are that it requires consistent applications, and the best use scenario is building confidence in public speaking. Table number 4 looks at the neurochemical recovery techniques. Let's look at the active relaxation as one of the technique. Key mechanism is that it lowers cortisol and stimulates serotonin. Implementation examples are guided meditation and some light yoga, and some recovery outcomes is that it reduces the stress-inducing brain patterns. Client consideration, it's ideal for clients with anxiety. And finally, table number 5 looks at the client resilience program design. Let's have a look at the stay-at-home parent. The key stress factors are that if they are overwhelmed and emotional exhaustion is there. Primary stamina building tool are gratitude journaling, and some supportive recovery techniques are micro recovery breaks between activities. Expected outcome is emotional balance and stamina maintenance. Let's have a look at some MCQ questions. Take some time off to look at question number 1 and 2 and try to answer. Take a moment to have a look at question number 3 and 4 without looking at the actual answer. And finally, question number 5. Thank you.